Eagles defense is, I mean, you saw a great defense last week. This one's probably right there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they got some playmakers in the secondary position, and their front makes their team go. They got some studs on that defensive line, so we got to be ready for that. We got to put together a good game plan, have a good week of practice, and turn all of our attention towards them.
Along the lines of game plan, I know it might be a stretch here, but they do only have one video of Brady calling the offense the way he did. Does that help in any way that they can't lock in on what you did the first 10 games, really, only what Brady kind of showed? Does that matter or no?
I mean, at the end of the day, they are who they are. We are who we are in terms of scheme. Like, they don't switch it up too often. They trust their scheme. They trust their players, and I think that's kind of the same with us. So, I wouldn't say it's a disadvantage to have only one game called by Joe. May throw them for a loop, but I'm not in those rooms over there or those meetings, so I'm not quite sure what they're saying.
Hey Josh, the clip of you from the sideline has gotten a lot of attention this week. I won't quote you exactly, but it was, I feel like I'm back. What was it that gave you that feeling? And now that the adrenaline from the game has worn off a few days later, do you still feel that way?
I watched John Wick 3. That's what he says. So, I don't know. I was just pumped up on the sideline.
What had you pumped up?
Scoring some touchdowns. Winning.
Do you feel like that feeling is can be duplicated? And what positives, I guess, have you taken out of that game now that you've watched it back?
I thought we ran the ball extremely well, and I think that's what opened up a lot of things for our offense. Obviously, our defense played a heck of a game. Reggie Gilliam, Special Teams Player of the Week, setting the tone off the right way on that first kickoff. But yeah, I think just trusting the process, not trusting the results. And again, we've got a long way to go in the season, but we can only take it one game at a time, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's a tough week that you went through to have a performance like that, a result like that under your belt as you prepare for a very good team in Philadelphia. How much does that help?
It helps in terms of, trying to replicate how we practiced last week, how we communicated, and just having that under our belt, knowing that the stuff that we did produces good results. So we're going to try to continue to do that. Each game, each team that you play is different. It's a different situation, different scenarios, different players, different schemes. So, we got to be ready for them. They're 9-1, right? Like, defending NFC champions. Dang near won the Super Bowl last year. So it's a really, really good team with a really good quarterback and a really good defense. So it's going to take, all three phases for us to go win this game.
Josh, it's been about a month since you told us about the low positive approach. I was curious, at the time you said you were going to see how it went for you. Are you still going with that? And either way, just kind of, how is it going?
Yeah, I'm just trying to be myself out there, and whatever it calls for me, and whatever emotions I'm feeling, I feel like I play with my emotions on my sleeve, and maybe I've been masking that the last few games or throughout this season. But need to let my guys know how much I care about this game and how much I care about them. So if that calls for emotion, that's what it calls for.
Josh, you play Philadelphia, and after that you play Kansas City, right? Those guys played on Monday night. In your best Monday night voice, how do you assess that matchup watching it?
The other night, Monday night, again, I think both these defenses that both of them have are playing very well. When you have two of the top quarterbacks in the league and you pair them with a really good defense, that's a recipe for success typically. So I haven't really dove in or gotten into Kansas City because they're down the road, and we're just trying to focus on the Eagles right now.
Josh, Khalil's been just had an uptick in production, obviously, in that play, obviously. But what have you seen from him since his time last year and to his growth to this point?
Well, again, a guy that just does his job, does what he's asked to do. He'll go in there and he'll block. He'll do the dirty work. A guy that you can rely on and trust that he's going to be in the right spot. He's extremely smart. He knows all the positions. I think him, and Gabe and Steph work together extremely well. They communicate very well, on top of that. So again, he's just found himself in good situations to make plays, and he's made those plays, but he's given himself that opportunity and given our team that opportunity by the way he prepares, the work ethic that he has, and everything that he shows in practice and obviously in the game.
Can you tell us a little bit about what Dalton Kincaid has provided for you, this offense, the last 5 or 6 weeks, and your just kind of relationship with him as it's evolved on the field?
Yeah, I mean, he's I think he's top 5 or top 6 in tight end receptions and productions right now. Like to get him in the end zone a few more times. But in terms of just the things that we're asking him to do, he's excelling at them. And that's why we drafted him in the first round, because we thought he had this type of potential, and he could be that type of player for us, and he's going to continue to get better, and our relationship's going to continue to grow, and my trust in him will as well. So
What makes him special compared to tight end rookie, you say 5'6" in the league? What allows him to do that?
yeah, I think his body control, his catch radius, I think that he's kind of deceptive speed, but he works extremely hard. He's willing and able to go in and block as well, but he takes coaching, he takes criticism well, and again, I think he just continues to get better each and every week, and he loves the game. That's one thing, like going down there and making that block on Khalil's run, like he just does things the right way, and he finds himself in good positions.
It's almost on the negative, but why did it take a while to get him up to speed in the offense, or is that just part of working through?
I think it's just progression as a rookie too. Like you can't just throw everybody into the lion's den and expect him to come out unscathed. But he's been working hard, and there's a couple little injuries early on in the year, so he's playing good football for us right now.
I know you've worked with Deion so long that there might not be much to this question, but just what are you seeing out of him this season? Like, what is he bringing to this offense?
He's playing his best football of his career. He really is. He's excited about stuff in the run game. He's taking such a professional approach in how he prepares. He's put in a lot of work this offseason in terms of his body composition, and Will Greenberg, who's on our staff in the weight room, they're connected at the hip. Deion is strict meal prep, diet, like he does everything the right way now, and not to say that he wasn't doing that before, but he has taken a huge emphasis on that, and put it on his own shoulders to go and try to produce at the highest level that he can, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
Where do you see that show up the most for him when you say he's playing the best football of his career?
Well, in terms of pass block, run block winning rates, and you see him pull around the corner, you better watch out, because he wants to go and he wants to hit, and kind of the heartbeat of that O-line right now in terms of just the aggressiveness that he plays with, and he's grown so much over the last few years. I think everybody would tell you that, and I freaking love the guy.
Josh, I follow up on Deion real quick. When he pulls, he just seems to get out in front of the running back right now. It's just don't get in his way type of thing. What do you see when he gets out in front of the backs?
Yeah, let's call those plays. Let's get him in space. He's extremely athletic for a big guy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen his calves. Great calves. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're good. Great calves.
Great pause. I know 24 hours after the game, you have to move on and turn the page. I know momentum's only as good as your last play. But last week, energy was a focus. Can that carry over? Can that energy carry over from one week to another?
Yeah, and I think it has to. We've talked a lot internally about how to kind of spark or ignite this team, and we feel like we're in a good spot right now, and obviously backs are still against the wall. We still got to go win a lot more games, but you can't win the next one. You got to win this one, and that's all our focus is on, is the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday at 4:25 over there, and we're going to do everything we can to put our best foot forward and give ourselves the best opportunity to go win a game.
Is it easier to lock in when your backs are against the wall, knowing who you're playing, knowing the caliber opponent? Does it make you find like a new level of focus?
I think we try to take a consistent approach here in terms of who we're playing against, and every game matters the same. Obviously as you get on and later into the year, you have to have that mindset and that focus of this game is the most important game because it is the next one, and that's how we feel.
You spoke earlier about trusting the process over the results, but there was a stretch there where you guys weren't getting those results. How do you stay committed to the process when you're not seeing that? And then you get a better sense of confidence in that process when you have a game like Sunday where you see the results of, hey, this is the offense we can be.
Yeah, I think because we do see it, we see the type of team that we can be, and we've talked about it internally, and we understand that, and we have to play our best ball on Sunday and every game that we enter to from here on out. But again, like you could talk about the losses, you could talk about this. Like I think the combined points of the 5 losses that we have are 23 points or something like that. So, we've been close and we've been right there in every single game. And, if we could have played better, obviously, who knows what could happen or what could have been. But we can't focus on that right now. We can only focus on what's going on and how to move forward. And again, that's just taking it week by week.
Josh, your center, Mitch Morse, was named the nominee for the Sportsmanship Award, Art-winning Sportsmanship Award for the league, for your team. You've been with him since your second year. You're at different stages in your life, maybe, but what's your relationship with him on and off the field? How much has he meant to you?
He's been a lot to me in terms of my career, having that trust in him to go do it. And if there's anybody on this team that deserves the Sportsmanship Award, it's him. He is an all-time guy, one of the nicest dudes in the world. I love him. I love his family. He's meant a lot to me in my career here, and that's a special award too. I know guys can look up, like if you're a kid and you want to see someone who plays football the right way and treats people the right way, it's Mitch Morse. Thank you guys.